welcome you back to the 2022-23 Big West Men's Basketball Preview Show, brought to you by BuyB1.com. With Richie Schueler, I'm Tim Neverett. Time to look at the preseason number one, as voted by the Big West coaches. It's the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos, in a place they have been before, number one in the preseason. Last year, it didn't work out the way they had hoped, but this year, they hope so, with a number of returners, returning starters. It seems like they've got a championship formula built in to start this season.
Yeah, a year ago, preseason ranked first, finished in fifth. You know that leaves a bitter taste in their mouth. So you know they're going to come out with a little bit of a vengeance. But you talk about the experience. That's what's incredible. They've got 13 guys coming back from last year's team, 4 starters, as you mentioned. Miles Norris is back as a fifth-year senior, and only bring back one starter who they've already declared to be their one starter, and that's the grad transfer from Cal, Andre Kelly, who's going to start down in the center.
This is a team that took Long Beach State to the wire in the Big West Championship semifinals last year, losing by just 3 points. A team that thinks that they can improve and certainly will try to prove to the coaches they're worthy of that number one preseason vote.
Well, I know Coach Joe Pasternack feels that they've improved their depth a little bit. They've gotten stronger. They feel like their size, they've gotten bigger with the recruits that they brought in. I know one area that they really want to improve in is getting the defense back to the level as it was a couple of seasons ago when they won the championship at the Big West in 2021. So that's the area I think they really are going to be focusing on here in the early going. And I'm sure Joe Pasternack is coaching that in and day out as he prepares for Big West play here soon.
They will have to overcome the loss of Amadou Sow, two-time first-team All-Big West. He was a centerpiece of their entire operation for a while.
He's 1,500, 800 club, points and rebounds. He was a terrific player. It seemed like he got a little bit better every single year. Incredibly efficient, 1,600 points. He was 55, 56% from the field. So he's a guy that's going to have to be really replaced. But I tell you, they've got four starters coming back. AJ Mitchell at the point guard spot, who's about 6'4", really good player from Belgium. Was an all-conference player, Big West freshman of the year last year, and all-conference player a season ago. We've got Miles Norris, who's 6'10", but we've seen him get super hot from the three. He's a guy that can be really big. Just got to get him to be a little bit more consistent. Ajari Sani was another guy that started for them, a deep three-point shooter and a guy that would get a lot of assists, 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. And then Josh Pierre-Louis, who would play the point guard spot as well. They had a couple of guys that could play in that role, and he's just an energetic, athletic, and very talented player, a dynamic player. So they've got talent, they've got athleticism, they've got skill, they've got a lot of good players at UC Santa Barbara, tons of firepower.
The Gauchos finished 17-11 overall last year. They were 8-5 in Big West play. Joe Pasternak, the head coach of the Gauchos, the preseason number one team in the Big West, will visit with Molly Sullivan when we come back.
The B1 Performance Patch elevates physical functions by transforming carbs into glucose used to fuel the body. Don't compete without it. Visit buyb1.com or on social media at B1Patch.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com.
The Big West is back in Las Vegas. Don't miss the 2023 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by the Hawaiian Islands, March 7th through the 11th at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Catch the pulse-pounding action as 20 men's and women's teams battle to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Get the best seats in the house at ucsbgauchos.com/tickets or call 805-893-UCSB.
What a finish! As we continue our look at the preseason #1 team on the Big West Coaches Poll, the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos head coach Joe Pasternak caught up with our Molly Sullivan.
Coach, you've got 13 players returning, 4 of which are starters. Let's start with the Big West, the reigning Big West Freshman of the Year. What do you like, and how'd you get better this offseason?
AJ Mitchell, I think anytime you go from your freshman to your sophomore year, experience is such a big deal. AJ arrived here last August at 172 pounds. He's now 198 pounds. I think he might have grown an inch, about 6'4.5". And so I think anytime you go through an entire year knowing what to expect the following year is huge. And so hopefully his experience will make him even better and more consistent.
198. We got the league on notice here. That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, he's stronger and he's done a really great job in the weight room.
Excellent. Miles Norris, it's been said that the player's best ability is availability, right? You look at all 28 games that he played for you last season. The reliability you get from this guy, how do you best put that into words?
Well, I'm going to knock on wood right now.
Yeah.
I hope you're not jinxing it. But Miles has been great. I've known him since he was a freshman in high school when I was at Arizona, and really excited. This is his last year of college basketball. Everybody gels at different times. And I think Miles would say, his biggest key this year is to be consistent, game in and game out. And he's had a great off season and really highly motivated.
You've got a couple of newcomers in the mix. Give us a taste of what we can see out of them this season.
At the guard position, we have Matija Belic. He's from Serbia. He's a freshman. He just arrived in America in August. He's a 6'7" wing who we're really excited about his potential. I think any international player, they get comfortable at different times, so we'll kind of see how he does. Excited about him. Evans Caputo, 6'8" JUCO kid from Barton County. He's native of Kenya. He will be a sophomore this year and have 3 years to play. We're really excited about his athleticism, his length, 7'4" wingspan. And then Andre Kelly is the grad transfer from Cal Berkeley. Young man did a great job, over 3.0 GPA at Cal, transferred to us. He's got 1 year to play. Double-figure score in the Pac-12 last year, got hurt for the last month or so of the season, month and a half of the season. But we're expecting big things out of Andre. And so, those are the main new guys for us this year.
And despite Andre's injury, still coming off a career year in terms of points and minutes played, this is a guy earning his master's in educational leadership. We love that in the Big West, don't we? You guys are just built differently. The education and the academics is always first in your program, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. When we arrived here 5 years ago, we had a couple grad transfers. And, one of the biggest selling points for us is this is the number 5 public university in America academically. It's a very prestigious school. I think that was really attractive to Andre going from Cal, one of the top public universities in America.
That 2021 Big West Championship team, a magical run. How does the blue and gold stack up? I know it is early, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I don't ask. How does this team stack up to the championship run?
I think experience was a big part. We had Ja'Cory McLaughlin, DeVeral Ramsey, and Brandon Cyrus, all seniors that had played 4 or 5 years of college basketball. And we lost that last year. Losing that experience really, really hurt us early on. And then we ended up winning 9 of our last 10. But I think now we have returning experience. But the difference is, Ja'Cory McLaughlin was not only the Big West Player of the Year, he was an All-American, AP All-American, and he was a great player. And so we'll have to kind of see who fits that role. I don't know if we have an actual AP All-American necessarily this year, but I think we have a lot of really good pieces, and our chemistry will be a big part of how we do this year.
Coach, speaking of chemistry, you've had a lot of heavyweights pass through your gym over the off season, over the summer. Trailblazers also holding their training camp in your house. Damian Lillard talking about how he was recruited by the program back in the day. What is it like having guys who have been there, done that, and leading by examples, somewhat like Dame, in your house and having your student athletes see them in action?
I think the exposure for our program to have all these NBA guys, the Clippers were here for a mini camp, now the Portland Trailblazers, is really huge. It gives us credibility. Dame Lillard got married here and comes and works out here. But I think it's great. All of these guys that we're coaching now or we're recruiting are all about the NBA. That's the highest level. And so it's terrific to have a place where everybody wants to visit.
We should note that Dame is also a big-time loyal Raiders fan. We got the Big West Basketball Championships right down the road from the Raiders training facility here in Henderson, Nevada. I'm about 5 minutes away as well. The atmosphere there this past spring, Coach, how do you bottle that one up? It was on fire from our perspective.
No, it was an amazing environment. Very grateful to Dan Butterly, who came up with moving the championships to Vegas. The arena is terrific. It really feels like a college basketball March Madness environment, and I'm really excited for this season.
Coach, I know this summer, you're a family man, father to Joe and Lily, and your father passed away over the summer. And gosh, his work ethic and the respect that he's garnered through such is unmatched. And I know he really shaped the man that you are today. What are some of the life lessons that your father shared with you that you now pass on to your family with the program?
I think one thing I talked to our team about, it was the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my life, but, to have no regrets in life. And he was 90 years old and I had no regrets. My relationship with him was unbelievable. What I learned from him was unbelievable. And I think the first thing for young people to know is to have no regrets in your relationships. And then work ethic. He grinded and worked till he was 90 years old. And that's one of the biggest things is, you can't replace a work ethic.
Keep inspiring, Coach. You're making a difference. Thank you for all that you do. We're looking forward to watching you hoop this season too, by the way.
Thank you.
The Big West is back in Las Vegas. Order your tickets today for the 2023 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by the Hawaiian Islands, March 7th through the 11th at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Don't miss a minute of pulse-pounding action as 20 men's and women's teams battle to punch their ticket to the next level. Order now at ucsbgauchos.com/tickets or call 805-893-UCSB.
The B1 Performance Patch elevates physical functions by transforming carbs into glucose used to fuel the body. Don't compete without it. Visit buyb1.com or on social media at B1Patch.
Malama is to cherish and protect the reefs, the fish, the birds, the winds, and the land. Giving back, that's something that lasts generations.
Learn how you can Malama Hawaii at gohawaii.com/malama.
Sometimes faster isn't always better. Like when you're getting a tattoo. Or saying I love you on the first date. Or putting together certain Swedish furniture.
But when it comes to getting in and out of the airport, faster is always better. And at Ontario International Airport, you can have a stress-free experience from the curb to the gate. It's the least we can do.
The Big West is back in Las Vegas. Don't miss the 2023 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by the Hawaiian Islands, March 7th through the 11th at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Catch the pulse-pounding action as 20 men's and women's teams battle to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Get the best seats in the house at ucsbgauchos.com/tickets or call 805-893-UCSB.
What a finish! Well, as we wrap up our look at the number one UC Santa Barbara Gauchos, Richie, this is a team that has an advantage over most other teams in the Big West, and the fact that they've got such veteran leadership with so many returners coming back.
And a lot of those returners, 13 to be exact, are, guys that were on the team that won the championship in 2021. So they've got a lot of championship DNA, 4 starters coming back. And then, of course, they've got Andre Kelly going to fill in the void, who played at Cal, to fill the void in for Amadou Sow. So they've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of depth. A lot of those guys have won a championship in the past. This UC Santa Barbara team is looking really strong again this year.
So big expectations for the Gauchos for the 2022-2023 season. That's a look at our coaches poll, 11 all the way up to number 1. Still one more thing to do. The coaches voted on the preseason All Big West team. Richie and I will show you that when we come back.